Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe to my channel. We are back here today with another Celtic cross. So this is looking at a situation. So put into your mind anything that is a situation that's going on in your life right now. We're going to have a look at the current situation, any challenges there, things that we need to leave behind, what we need to focus on, our strengths, our advice, the environment, any hopes and fears, and then the outcome. But we're also going to add the runes into this as well to give us a little bit more of the threads of energy that are affecting this situation. So, are you ready? So, if you can, put into your mind an idea of what your situation is right now, what you're thinking about, what's going on in your life, why this video has popped up for you today is going to give you some information on this particular situation. So the overall reading then is starting with the card of the King of Cups, and this is telling me that this reading is potentially about love and a lot of emotion. Now, I do feel that this could be someone that is getting up into their emotions at this time to do with love, to do with a connection. This is an energy of somebody that is choosing contentment, choosing emotional intelligence over pride or over something that's a little bit more hardened, maybe, is what you may have come from. And this is a time where the current situation is all about love, emotional fulfillment, support, contentment, and honesty as well. There's a lot to do with wanting something maybe that's emotionally intelligent, fulfilling, and honest. So if that feels like your current situation right now of what you're looking for, if it is to do with love that's on your mind right now, then this is potentially your reading. I'm going to pick a rune that will go with that. So for your current situation then, what is the rune that resonates with this? It's definitely about love. We have Gebo. Gebo is the rune of love. It's connected to the heart center. It's the balance of masculine and feminine. So if what's been on your mind right now has been about a love situation, I do feel a lot of emotion coming from this reading tonight. So I feel like something's really accessed your emotional body at this time. Gebo is also known as the gift. So this could be a gift that's coming into your life right now, a gift that's been presented to you, and that could be a gift in the form of a love opportunity or connection that's kind of got you really in the feelings right now. Yeah. And Gebo is it goes with the King of Cups in the way of support and balance, because it is very supportive and balanced. And that is feeling like what you need right now is to know that balance between the masculine and the feminine, that balance within you. And it's interesting because the second card that has come out here on the challenge is actually the Ace of Cups. So another emotional card, another one that's within our emotions on here. Now, this is about following on from that. This is about your challenges. So I do feel the challenge here is about an outpour of emotion, is allowing your emotions to perhaps be vulnerable right now. This does signify a new relationship and something fulfilling that you are wanting in your life at this time. But the challenge, because it's coming out as the challenge card, it's looking at maybe if you're the kind of person that isn't very good at allowing your emotions to be expressed, then that is why this is a challenge for you, because you are being required to open up and allow your emotions to pour out. I'm going to pick a rune to go with that one as well, so we can see a bit more. Why is this coming out as a challenge? An outpour of emotions. Okay, so we have Issa on there. So I do feel somebody here Maybe there's a little bit of fear around allowing yourself to be vulnerable in that way, allowing yourself to open up. I do feel somebody that's struggling to be present in the moment on this one and allowing yourself to be seen in that light. Isa can represent our ego at times. And when I say ego, I don't mean someone that's egotistical and all about themselves. Ego is our identity. It's sort of what is formed from a young age as we grow through our experiences that we have, through our conditionings that we have in our lives. And Isa is representing here as part of your challenge with the Ace of Cups, a need for looking at your ego needs, your ego self. And this is possibly bringing healing to that aspect of yourself. It's actually helping you to grow and develop by allowing those emotions to be seen, to come out. You know, this is a chance for new connections, for a romantic relationship, for joy and harmony. So Isa is kind of like, you know, why is it's asking you basically sort of like look within as to why is this a challenge to you? Why is it a challenge to be vulnerable, to allow your emotions to outpour, to be seen in that light? I know sometimes, especially if well, I don't want to say this without it sounding stereotypical or anything, but I know I've been in previous relationships where a masculine, for instance, would shut themselves away to go and cry, wouldn't let me see them crying, which I found very difficult because I grew up in an environment where men would show their tears, they would allow you to see them upset. So I found that very difficult to understand. But people can grow up in environments where, you know, showing tears or hurt or pain or just any show of emotion in that sense as weakness. But this is about, especially with the King of Cups here as your situation, your current situation, this is about somebody growing in emotional intelligence. And I do feel somebody here is kind of stepping into a new way of being and a more emotionally fulfilling way of life. It's kind of feels like what you want, what you're asking for, but there's a struggle in how to achieve it because there is this want for new love. There's this want for this connection. But the challenge is that outpour of emotion, allowing that emotion to be seen. Okay, so what do we need to focus on at this point? And we have the Three of Wands, but it's in the reverse position. Now, the question that's coming up on here is about loyalty. Where do your loyalties lie? And I do have this feeling of somebody that sort of has this want for a new connection, has this want for new love to sort of bring out this emotion. But at the same time, there's sort of like just the option to not bother with that, to just stay put, to just continue pootling around in the space that they've already been in. So what we need to focus on here is about moving through fear, not allowing fear to hold you back. Because when this is in the upright position, this is somebody that has no fear and they are moving forward. They're preparing for that journey ahead. Whereas this is someone that's kind of stalling and there's, you know, the focus here needs to be on what is causing you a delay, what is creating that delay for you. And it's something to do with loyalties. So is your loyalty better served to yourself or to others? So if you are going against yourself for the sake of other people, then maybe you need to look at that. Focus on you, focus on your journey and the fears that are blocking you from moving forward. What holds you back from there? It's also suggesting that there is like strength in numbers as well. So this could be where you maybe need to focus your time around people that are going to help you to move forward in the way that you want to go, that are going to allow you and hold that space for you to allow that emotional outpour. That is what I am feeling from that one. I'm going to pick a rune for that one actually, because what you need to focus on, what rune can give us more enlightenment on this? Ewas. Now this is about trusting in relationships, okay? There is something that you know you can trust. And like we said before, where do your loyalties lie? Okay, what can you really truly trust? What do you know you can trust? It's something that hasn't let you down, because there's some areas where you kind of had to protect yourself from a lot of things. And this is kind of suggesting now it's time for trusting in what you know. And Ewas is a rune of relationships, it really is. But it's the rune of relationship to yourself first and foremost. So again, like we say, where do your loyalties lie? Your loyalty should always lie with yourself first. Do this for you. Stop listening to everybody else and what's going on around you. This is a time for you to focus on you, the relationship with you, and trusting in relationships that you know are that strength in numbers. Now we are moving into the past, and it's very, very interesting. I thought this as soon as the card came out. We've got the Eight of Cups, which is about past and what you're leaving behind. Well, the Eight of Cups is all about walking away from something, walking away from things that no longer serve you, to pursue something new, you know, heading for pastures new, letting go of the old, you know, walking away from something, even though it's a difficulty to walk away from it. It's something that's kind of lost its significance in your life at this time. It's no longer serving a purpose for you. And it's time for you to move towards this more emotionally fulfilling environment, because that's what's really opening your heart up. That's what's really allowing you to grow in your life. You know, you're leaving behind an old reality here, ready to step into a new one. It's difficult. It is difficult, but I do feel it's partly got to do with leaving behind abandonment issues, actually. And when I say that, I don't like saying issues, but sort of like where you felt abandonment in the past or a fear of abandonment, you're kind of leaving that behind, because this is about you working on this emotional fulfillment, which is going to help you, especially with Ewas here, in what to focus on. It's helping you to really trust in yourself and in what you're guided to do and where you're guided to go. You know what feels like the right direction for you. So it's time to leave this behind, leave this in the past. It is no longer serving you. It is time to move on. Okay. So I'm going to pick a rune for that one as well. So leaving behind in the past, what do we have? I love it. I was. So I is the rune of death and rebirth, basically. This is the rune of the yew tree. It's kind of like, and I do get this sense of something that's been poisoning you, something that's kind of been, just quite toxic really in your life. You're ready now to sort of shed that skin and move away from it. And it's like this emotional outpour is like a purification and a cleansing process that you're about to go through. I can feel you're not quite there yet, but you are about to be. I do feel in the next couple of days, actually, you are going to be ready to allow this energy to move through you. That's what I'm feeling from this. You know, is such a powerful rune, and it does hold an energy of protection in a way. And it does hold that space of allowing you to shed that energy so that you can be renewed. It's initiation, basically. This is what you're going through, is allowing this, and I will come to that actually when we come to your advice. There is something about initiation in your advice just there. But this is what you're leaving behind. In leaving this behind, you are achieving your initiation. Okay, it's almost like Spirit saying, congratulations, you made it through your initiation. You chose the right path. You chose the way forward. You chose to grow. And you're not going to regret it. You're not going to regret it. So if there was anything, and I do feel like this could be a past relationship, this could actually be something that you are currently in, that you know needs to go. It just needs to be let go of in order for you to move forward, because it has lost its significance in your life, and you know that there is something much more fulfilling for you that you are ready to enter into. Now, we're looking here into your future. So the near future is this Seven of Wands, which is in the reverse position. So this is about integrity. This is about being in a position of advantage. So if you feel in competition at any point, or like there's something to overcome, you are in a good advantageous position with this card in reverse. Normally when it's this way up, it's very defensive. There's a lot of like control there, whereas this is more sort of like, I'm letting go of control. I know I have an advantage here and I'm going to take it. It's like you're ready for the fight, and it's a victory within the fight, if there is a fight at all. So is the fight within yourself? Possibly, it could be. But this is about moving forward with integrity. So your near future is about moving forward with that integrity there, to a position of advantage. So what you are wanting to manifest here, you know, this fulfilling, emotional, new relationship that you're looking for, it's about letting go of this previous connection that's kind of toxic. It's holding you back. It's keeping you stuck in a pattern, in a way. And it's like you just keep cycling around, and you have been asked and guided to say, right, leave that alone. Come over here, because over here you have an advantage. You have an advantage already. And you're going to thrive in this near future energy. It's sort of like already kind of stating to you that, you know, focusing on that self relationship, focusing on looking at the fear that is blocking you from being able to move forward, is bringing you to a place of advantage. Okay. I'm going to get a rune for that one as well. Do you know, I've just realised I've moved, instead of looking at the strength card, I've gone straight to near future. I wonder why I did that. I'll have a look in a minute. Okay, so we have Tiwos. So this is again another rune of commitment to yourself. So this is about you being guided by your higher conscience. It's about somebody, I feel like you've had some advice in the past that actually hasn't really worked out for you. And in a way, it's actually created a little bit of sabotage in your life. And this is now you realising your near future, if you make this decision to bring this outpour of emotion and allow yourself to move forward, the near future is kind of saying like you just made a huge commitment that is beneficial to you, that is victorious, that is integral, that is basically standing up to the fight and winning. Okay, you have this advantage, and this is confirming that for you. So I feel like you needed to know that before we look at your strengths. Okay, because what we're looking at with your strength is the Hermit card in the reverse position. You've had a lot of time in introspection. You've kind of gone within quite a lot lately. You've been asking yourself a lot of questions. You've been trying to soul search. And this is about you actually stepping off the healing train. You know, we can't be constantly on a journey of healing. It's exhausting. You need sometimes to step off that healing train and just take a moment just to watch the flowers, sit for a moment, have a little ponder, that kind of thing. That's your strength here, is, you know, stepping out of self-reflection and reconnecting with, like, socializing basically. Bring yourself out into the open. And again, it aligns with that Ace of Cups and the King of Cups with that emotional outpour. Okay, it's what's going on internally. You're saying these things to yourself. You're feeling these feelings. You may be even releasing some tears, but nobody's seeing any of that. You're not allowing that to be seen. And this is your strength, is showing you. The strength card here is about you exposing that now, allowing yourself to come out of withdrawal, come out of the hermit mode and be seen. There's a fear there, I believe, with maybe rejection or a feeling of being seen as weak with this, but that's not how it's going to be met. Because with your near future showing here, it's actually showing more of a commitment to yourself, and it's showing integrity, it's showing truth. And I feel like in this new connection, that's what's needed here, is, you know, whoever this is that you want to be in this connection with, who this new connection's with, this love that you're feeling, the support, the emotional fulfillment. Anybody that enters into that with you, they're going to want to see your true self for all it is, okay? They're going to want to know that you are being truthful and integral. And if you hide that part of yourself away, then it's not really being true to the connection, is it? It's not allowing that balance. It's not allowing that sacred energy, because that's what this is showing up as, is quite a sacred marriage, like sacred energy that wants to hold you in a space of love, wants to gift you this love. That's what the universe is trying to bring to you, is what you've been asking for. But in order for you to achieve it, it does mean you are going to build your strength up by actually exposing your truth, allowing that emotion to come out. I've said that so many times now, so it must be true. Okay, so we're moving around now into the advice. And your advice here is death and rebirth. I like how this one isn't just death. Like some tarot decks, it's just death. And that can sound very, very scary. But like with death in any sense, you know, with any death, there is always a rebirth. There is always something new to come. This is about you kind of shedding that layer, almost like shedding the tears allows you to shed that layer. We had I was here as well, didn't we? And what you're leaving behind in the past. That is that you are going through this initiation right now. You need to be seen to be true, real, raw, honest. This is part of your initiation. It's going to bring you, you know, there's alterations that need to happen in your life, enabling you to move forward in the direction that you desire, that you really want to go in. I'm going to get a rune that goes with that. So what goes with your advice? There's death on there. This is, you know, the advice is basically saying, like, this is a transformation right now that you're going through. You are really transforming, and there's a need for action on here. Thor is as the energy of this for you is about, imagine you've got like a field full of rubble and rocks and things, and you need to grow something. You know, you take your tool, your sharp tool, and you start breaking up that rocky earth with the tool. Okay, it takes time. That's the initiation, is that breaking up of everything, getting it ready to bring fertile soil. Okay, and Thor is kind of that energy. It contains Ether in there as well. So it's kind of like knowing when there's action and non-action. And that's the whole point with the death and rebirth. It's kind of like, you know, right, now is the time for, let's work on this. Let's break this rocky earth down. Okay, let's have a little rest now. Okay, let's get going again. And it's kind of like those cycles that you've been going through that have created this transformation. So the advice here is to make those alterations that you need to make so that you can fully go through this initiation right now. And within that is going to bring this newfound awareness of what you truly want, where you truly want to be. And I do feel it's a very exciting journey for you. I mean, if you look at this death and rebirth, it's kind of like somebody looking into a different way of being, yeah? It's like, oh, it looks all hidden or cloaked up, but inside there is that light, that natural beauty, allowing you to fully embrace that natural beauty. And that will bring you a renewal, a regeneration. But it all starts with that being seen, allowing it. Okay, your environment then we are moving into next. And we have, for your environment, the Hanged Man. This is all about surrender. This is all about letting go. There can be an energy here. It's like this person looks like they're hanging around, don't they? So it's kind of like there have been delays maybe in how you want your environment to be. You know, maybe how you're living right now and what you want it to be like isn't exactly how you want it to be, but you're feeling a bit trapped in that at the moment. You maybe feeling a little bit restricted, and I do feel like maybe that holds you back a little bit from exploring other areas of your life, because it's almost like you're telling yourself, well, once I've sorted this, once I've got that dealt with, then I can move on to this. But actually, with that block there on the emotional level, it's kind of holding you back in your environment as well. It's creating that delay for you. And the Hanged Man here in your environment is asking you to take a new perspective. When we hang upside down, I love saying this in yoga, when we do a headstand or something, we look at the world upside down. It's a completely new perspective. And that's what you're in need of right now in your environment, is a new perspective. Let's get a rune to go with the Hanged Man. So what is this new perspective that you can take in your environment right now? Okay, yep, so paying attention to other areas that you can control, that you can move forward in. There are some things that you just can't at the moment. You know, you do truly feel stuck in something, stuck in something to do with your environment. Maybe you've got a big mortgage or something. Maybe you have a lot of bills to pay or something like that. Or maybe you're in a situation where you're renting and you'd actually like to buy, that kind of thing. But this is about sort of like, stop looking at the things that you can't do anything about, and use this time to work on the things that you can. So taking that different perspective, pay attention to something that kind of feeds that fire within you, that brings that up, burning away the karmic cycles, the karmic energy. You know, Kainas has the ability of that clearing space. So if your environment at the moment is feeling a little bit cluttered and you're not able to move about or see clearly how you want things to be, then Kainas is kind of suggesting clear it all out, clear that space, allow yourself to, you know, your environment reflect how you actually are feeling. And when we have a clear space, when we haven't got things piled up in corners and stuff like that, it allows the energy to flow better. So maybe you need to change up a few things in your environment, and that might give you a clear perspective in your mental clarity. I don't know why I'm messing with the runes. I didn't actually pick a rune here for strength, did I? So I'm going to pick a rune there for your strength. I'm going to keep bringing you back to that, because I do feel like that could be related to the environment there, because it's like, you know, you are feeling that restriction, and it does make you want to go within. It's making you want to hide away. So strength as well is coming out with Athala. So I do feel like this is actually kind of telling you to reach out to family members, to people that you trust, that you know you can rely on. Express to them these emotions, this outpour of emotion. Athala holds an energy of being protected spiritually by your loved ones, by those guiding you. And I feel like actually there is somebody in spirit, and I feel whoever's watching this right now, it's a masculine that's in spirit, and I can see something like a motorbike or something like that, and this person is saying, I have your back. But this person feels like they were like a bit of a gentle giant. Like if you saw them, they would seem quite intimidating, quite scary, but actually they would allow themselves to show their emotion, especially for people that they loved. And I feel like this person is saying, I've got your back, I've got your back, and I'm holding. They're trying to help you to allow this. It's like, it's not a weakness. You can do this. You can show this. You have to show this. It's your way to move forward. And I feel like it's a person that's come through on a motorbike, because that motorbike is like saying, this is the journey. Get on it. Get gone. You know, take a risk. Take a journey. Yeah. If it had been a car or a bus or something, that's a little bit more safer journeying, isn't it? Whereas motorbike is a bit more like, yeah, let's get some adrenaline going. Let's get ourselves out there. And this person is kind of like saying, you know, it's time to express this emotion, how we're feeling, and let it out. That is your strength at this point in time. Ooh, okay, so we've got the Seven of Pentacles is in your hopes and fears. Okay. You've been nurturing a particular feeling or connection within you. You're a very deep person. You're very heartfelt. I feel like you want to make progress. You want to move forward in this particular way. You've been doing a lot of reflecting, and that reflection almost keeps you introverted. It keeps that energy within. Whereas this is now, it's time to sort of go and have a look and see what fruits of your labour you've got to harvest, because I don't feel like you're seeing the fruits of your labour. You don't see actually what you have going for you. You're not seeing what's matured, basically. So it is a time for stepping out and recognising, actually, you know, I do see this, and I'm ready now to, I've been assessing this for some time. I can see clearly what I have and how I need to nurture that more. Okay. I'm going to pick a rune to go with that, because I feel like your fears on that is that there's a fear of like letting go of things that you have built or grown, or there's a fear of losing something, basically, that you, if you put attention and energy into nurturing it and then it abandons you. So that brings us back to this energy over here of like what you need to leave in the past. Leave that thought and feeling of abandonment over there, because this is a time of commitment and trust in relationships. Okay, so let's have a look. Hopes and fears. Wunyo. This also signifies new relationship, harmony, joy, fulfillment. It has the energy of, you know, maybe there's a fear there of not being able to find joy and harmony. And you're hopeful to find joy and harmony. So basically, the Seven of Pentacles is suggesting to you here, well, what are you willing to put your work into? Because at this time, whatever you put that energy into is going to manifest. I can see it in the outcome card, which is the Sun. You are progressing. You are seeing the value in certain things. And this is kind of saying, like, you can be as fearful as you like, you know, but if you are held back and blocked by fear, it's kind of suggesting that you don't trust yourself in this. Whereas if you put that hard work and attention into what it is that you want, there is joy and harmony within it. Okay, it is going to work out in a positive way for you, but you do have to put that work in to yourself in order to achieve it. Part of that outpouring of emotion. Okay. So this brings us to the outcome, which is joy, manifestation, love, pleasure, union. This is the sun. The sun is just such a fulfilling energy, fulfilling card. The sun is our life force. Okay. This is an energy of things manifesting in the way that you hoped, the way that you wanted. This is a very, very nice reading. There is things to work on. There is you opening up yourself to that, allowing your true emotions to be seen. I absolutely love it. This is Ingwas. Ingwas is the rune of trust. Complete and utter trust. Union. This comes out in readings. We've got Wunyo and this and Gebo, which are all of the runes of new relationships, union, sacred marriage, balancing masculine and feminine energies. This one is that, and also Gebo contains that energy as well. But it's also about self-containment. So part of this journey, it feels like you've got a connection here that is emotionally fulfilling, but at the same time, it allows you to feel contained within yourself as well. It allows you to still be yourself. And maybe that's part of your fear in what to let go of, or what blocks you, is that fear of sort of like needing to keep options open for fear of abandonment or something being rejected. Whereas actually this connection here is, if you can open up, be integral, be truthful, be authentic, basically, it's allowing this union to happen. It's allowing you to have this manifested fulfillment, and it's all there. It is showing us like everything that you've wanted, basically, but it all starts here with this emotional energy. I would like to go further into that. So if this has resonated with you at all and you would like to look deeper into what this connection is, maybe timings as well we can look into, then please do like, comment, or in the description box is the details to get in touch for a personalised reading. So I do hope that you've enjoyed this reading today, and I will speak to you very soon. Have a blessed day.